Picture this. A woman stands in front of a bathroom mirror at a bus station, wearing a wedding sari. She's nervous, excited, her hands trembling as she holds a small pill. The man she loves, the man who promised her forever, told her to take it in private. He said it would make her sick for a few minutes, but it's necessary. A birth control pill for their future together. She swallows it, and within seconds, her future ends. Behind the locked bathroom door, she collapses. Her dreams of marriage, of escape from poverty, of a better life, all dissolved with that single pill. But it wasn't birth control, it was cyanide. And she wasn't the first. Between 2003 and 2009, 20 women disappeared across Karnataka, India. 20 young women aged between 22 and 35, all from poor backgrounds, all desperate to marry. All were found dead in locked bathroom stalls at bus stations, dressed in their wedding saris. Their bodies adorned with nothing but broken dreams. Every piece of jewelry they owned were gone. This is the story of Professor Mohan Kumar, the primary school teacher, who weaponized the one thing these women crave most: love. And I'm going to tell you exactly how he did it. But first, let me take you back where it all began. Mohan Kumar wasn't always a serial killer. He was physical education teacher at a primary school in Kannada, a man who blended seamlessly into society, respected, trusted, ordinary. But in 2003, something changed. Years earlier, Mohan had already shown signs of violence. He allegedly threw a woman into the Netravati river in what investigators called a deliberate attempt to end her life. She survived and was rescued by a local fisherman, and Mohan was arrested. He spent a month in jail before being acquitted. But prison taught him something valuable. It taught him that he needed a better method. While in jail, he befriended a goldsmith who told him a chilling story. The goldsmith used cyanide solution to clean gold ornaments and would discard the contaminated waste outside. One day, 8 cows and goats died after consuming that solution. The goldsmith explained to Mohan how cyanide could kill instantaneously, how easily it was available in the market. And that's when the idea took root in Mohan's mind. A perfect, untraceable murder weapon. This is what we call in psychology the incubation period of a serial killer. The moment when opportunity meets intent, when a predator realizes he has found his weapon. Mohan Kumar understood something dark about Indian society. In many communities, the dowry system had created a generation of women who were seen as burdens. Women whose families couldn't afford the dowry payments needed for marriage. Women who were aging out of the marriageable window. Women who were desperate. And desperation, he knew, makes people vulnerable. He began hunting with surgical precision. This wasn't random. This was calculated predation. Mohan maintained a diary, a disturbing ledger of death. In it, he recorded the names and phone numbers of every woman he wooed, every woman he murdered. Investigators would later call this diary one of the most chilling pieces of evidence they had ever encountered. He used what psychologists call social engineering. He would approach women from poor backgrounds, women who posted matrimonial ads or attended matchmaking events. To each one, he introduced himself with a different name. Always he posed as a government employee with a stable job security and stability. Everything these women desperately needed. But here's where it gets even more disturbing. Mohan would map their fertility cycles. He would track when they were most likely to be ovulating, when they would be most concerned about pregnancy. This is what's known as victim profiling. Understanding your target so intimately that you can manipulate their deepest fears and desires. He would court them, romance them, promise them marriage, and then he would sleep with them. After spending a night together, Mohan would take his victim to the nearest bus station the next morning. By now, the women believed she was going to start a new life with him. She trusted him completely. At the bus station, he would hand her a pill. Birth control, he would say. Take it now, in the bathroom. It might make you feel sick for a few minutes, but it's important for us, for a future. He specifically told them to take it in bathroom because it would make them ill. This served a dual purpose. It isolated them and it explained why they would collapse. Then he would ask them to leave their belongings with him, their bags, jewelry, everything valuable. I'll keep it safe, he would promise. You will feel sick, remember? I don't want you to lose anything. This is textbook psychopathic manipulation, what we call in criminal psychology instrumental aggression. Violence used as a tool to achieve a goal, completely devoid of emotion. The women would enter the bathroom, lock the door, and swallow what they believed was birth control. It was cyanide. Within seconds, the poison would take effect on their system. Cyanide works by preventing cells from utilizing oxygen, leading to rapid incapacitation. The victims would have lost consciousness quickly. Meanwhile, Mohan would calmly walk away from the bus station. He would vanish into the crowd with their jewelry, phones, and their money, everything. Hours later, when the bathrooms needed to be cleaned, staff would find the doors locked from inside. They would break them down, and there she would be, a young woman in her wedding sari, collapsed on the floor. No jewelry, no identification, just another nameless victim in a country where women disappear every day. For 6 years, Mohan Kumar continued this pattern. 20 women, 20 locked bathroom doors, 20 wedding saris stained with death. But in 2009, his perfect system began to crack. Anita, a 22-year-old woman, went missing. Her family reported it to the police. When investigators examined her phone records, they discovered something unexpected. Anita had been in contact with another missing girl. This wasn't a coincidence, this was a pattern. Police began tracking the person who was using Anita's cell phone. The trail led them directly to Mohan Kumar. October 21, 2009, police raided his home. What they found was killer's arsenal: 8 cyanide tablets, 4 mobile phones belonging to different victims, jewelry that didn't belong to him, and most damning of all, the diary. Page after page of names, numbers, victims. When confronted with the evidence, Mohan Kumar initially confessed to killing 32 women. 32 lives? But investigators could only gather enough evidence and witnesses to put him on trial for 20 murders. Think about that for a moment. 20 confirmed murders. But possibly 32, possibly more. How many women disappeared without anyone connecting them to this man? How many families never got answers? His trial took 2 years. In 2013, Mohan Kumar was convicted of murdering Anita and sentenced to death. The evidence was overwhelming: the diary, the jewelry, the cyanide tablets, and the phone records. Justice, it seemed, had finally been served. But then something unexpected happened. In 2017, the Karnataka High Court reduced his death sentence to life imprisonment. A serial killer who had murdered over 20 women would not face execution? And the reason was Indian law follows the rarest of rare doctrine for the death penalty. And despite his crimes, the court found mitigating factors: inconsistencies in some evidence, his cooperation with police, and questions about his mental state. The decision was met with fury. Victim families protested. How could a man who systematically poisoned dozens of women escape death? But the law had spoken. Mohan Kumar remains in Hindalga Central Prison today, serving life imprisonment. In 2020, he was convicted of yet another murder, a 25-year-old woman, his 20th confirmed conviction. 20 families, 20 women, and 20 lives stolen. But here's what keeps investigators awake at night. The diary had more names. Names that were never fully investigated. What makes someone like Mohan Kumar? What creates a monster who can look into a woman's eyes, promise her love, and then hand her a pill that will kill her within minutes? Psychologists would classify Mohan Kumar as a psychopathic serial killer. with clear narcissist and antisocial personality traits. He showed no remorse, no empathy. His victims weren't people to him, they were objects, resources to be exploited. He exhibited what's called instrumental violence, killing not out of passion or rage, but as a means to an end. The murders were simply a necessary step to get what he wanted: money, jewelry, and perhaps a sense of power and control. Today, Mohan Kumar sits in prison, but his victims remain forever frozen in time. 20 women who put on their wedding sarees for what they believed would be the happiest day of their lives. 20 women who locked a bathroom door behind them, never knowing they would never walk out. Their families visit temples, light candles, and wonder what their daughters' lives could have been. The bathrooms at those bus stations have been cleaned, blood washed away, the floors scrubbed. But if you listen closely, some say you can still hear it. The sound of a woman's dream dying behind a locked door, the rustle of a wedding sari, the final gasp of breath as poison courses through veins. 20 wedding saris, 20 locked doors, 20 women who believed in love, and one man who taught them that sometimes the monster doesn't hide in shadows. Sometimes he promises you forever. Rest in peace to all the victims of Mohan Kumar. Your stories will not be forgotten.